Alright YouTube, what's going on, man? It's Bobby again. I coming at you with another review of some more hunting stuff. Last video I posted was, I think, of me going to the property to prep some stuff. It's kind of whack. It just kind of shows us working on the, well, me mainly, working on the property and getting the stands ready and everything. But anyway, I got these broadheads in today. The Grave Diggers, Bloodsport Grave Diggers. Hybrid broadheads. I got them in today from Lancaster Archery Supply in Pennsylvania. I went ahead and went hybrid. I actually heard about these from this guy named Keith Warren on YouTube. You've probably heard of him if you like hunting and stuff like that. Very avid hunter. He went ahead and he used these a lot. I mean, obviously every hunter, or a lot of them, obviously have their endorsements and things like that. And so he was pushing these. And I haven't seen a lot of reviews on these Bloodsport. This is 100 grains. I haven't seen a lot of reviews on these, so I went ahead and wanted to go ahead and do one. So this is it. I hope y'all enjoy it. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Put it in the comments below. And yeah, so this is the packaging. Came really fast. I'm in Houston, so it came in a couple days. And so I went ahead. I used the Rage last year. I took my first deer with a Rage because the guy that I hunt with, Ernest, one of my buddies, he went ahead and gave me that one, and he put it on. I actually have I'll show it to you on a little bit. It's kind of dirty. The arrow that I shot the deer with, and it has the broadhead and everything, so I can kind of compare it to these Bloodsport arrows. They're hybrid broadheads anyway. The fixed broadhead is the fixed blade is 1 inch diameter, and then the mechanicals are 1 3/4, so it's almost 3 inches of cutting surface. I saw Keith Warren. He took out a hog. He hunted a bear. He hunted a deer. I mean, he hunts a lot of things with his arrow, with his bow. So he actually used it on a crossbow as well. I was wondering if you could use these on a compound bow or if they were strictly for crossbows. But man, I shoot this. I'll get into this in a minute. I shoot about 65 pounds or something like that, I would say. And I'm pretty sure these things will have no problem deploying. I'm only taking a 25-yard shot this year. This is my third year hunting and my second year of actually really being into it. So I'm kind of ready. I've been shooting this confident at 25 yards. That's what I think I'm going to take. Because the feeder and the pass, which all the deer take, are that's about the distance from the tree stand. Anyway, I'll get into that later. I kind of want to do a whole little review on all of my gear. I don't know. I was like, I'm just a random review guy because I just randomly review shit. I'll review these. I'll review fishing reels. I'll review random things. So I just wanted to go ahead and give the person that's maybe perhaps getting into this sport, or those who are already in this sport, this review, because there's not very many. And so I'm just sharing my little insight. This is I like to do videos like this so I can help people that like me that were getting into the sport. So let me go ahead. I'll take these out of the package in a minute. This is the main review that I wanted to do. I just was shooting today, and I was like, might as well just go ahead and show them what I got. So this is what I got. The PSE Stinger X. I think it's a 32-inch axle to axle. I don't know, something like that. 31.5. Not that big. Nice and compact. I bought it used on Craigslist for like 230 bucks. It came with the dampeners, and yeah, I put True Glow. I don't know what the model is, but a 4-pin sight. It's actually pretty cool. It has a little button right here. Oh, True Glow. It actually has a little button right here that turns the pins on and off if you want to shoot at night. But I don't really feel comfortable taking it. Obviously you can't shoot at night, but like towards the later hours of the evening, that golden hour, towards the end of that golden hour, it's really difficult to see. So that little light will help. Anyway, I got the Nap Apache drop away rest right there. It's actually really nice. He had it set up. He was about the same draw length as me. I think maybe I'm like 29 on this Stinger X to grow with me. I'm on the C setting. I don't know exactly how far that is, but I think it's about 29 inches, and it shoots quick, shooting about 65 pounds. So I'm pretty pretty confident with this bow. I've been shooting it a lot lately, given the time. It's September 22nd, so deer season is opening weekend is not this Saturday but next Saturday, so it's gonna be really fun. I'm shooting this Blackout X1 Pro 340 grain arrow with Blazer bowline. I guess that's how I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bowline Blazer vanes, and you know, it's actually a nice arrow. I've been shooting pretty consistent groups with this. Nice, probably about like 3-inch, 4-inch groups at like 25 yards. So very nice grouping with the 100 grain field tip from Trophy Ridge. And I actually shoot into a compound bow bag. I went ahead and bought one of those things. It's really heavy. This is just for somebody who's probably, you know, like I said, this is for somebody barely getting into the sport or the hobby or whatever it is. I bought a compound bow Target. It's pretty big for about $50 at Academy, and it's a B because it's really heavy, but it's very nice because the arrows, it stops the arrows really nice, and I think it lasts longer. And I think I've read a couple reviews and they say they do last longer, but I don't see why people don't get them. And I think the reason being is they're so damn heavy. They're very inconvenient. It's a big target, so it kind of sucks taking it in and out. But if it lasts longer, hell, man, those other ones are about $40. So 10 more bucks, and you just have to, you know, gain a little muscle, which is what you have to do to actually have a bow, man. This thing is actually I've been doing a lot of you know, searching on YouTube, and a lot of fools that work out, you know, they like to shoot bows, and it makes sense because you gotta have a nice. I recommend getting some decent shoulders and having a nice back with some, you know, so you can pull, because man, let me tell you this, right here and back here, you know, you want to be pulling, so it's gonna be a lot. I would suggest, you know, kind of getting in shape if you don't throughout the year. Get in shape for a couple months before bow season so you can start doing that. But anyway, I got these dampeners right here, these limb dampeners. They came with the bow. These, I don't know, I'm gonna give y'all just like random pieces of information while I'm going through this, because, you know, that's kind of what I am doing, giving you random reviews. Let me go ahead and give you random information that I learned throughout the, you know, along the way. So these dampeners, if anything, you're supposed to kind of see how far this cam is gonna come around. You don't want it to interfere with this, so you'd probably I put 2 fingers in there, you know what I mean? And then you go ahead and be symmetrical. Do the same thing on the other end. That's about the distance that I see a lot of people do on you know, YouTube, and it seems to be nice. It's not very loud. I'm using a Blackout. I think Blackout is the budget friendly, to be honest. I think I went the budget friendly route as far as accessories go, and you know, this way. This is, you know, you got the Matthews and all that, GM, Cadillacs, Lexus, and then you have the Chevrolet or the Ford. So I think this is kind of what the Blackout is in terms of like this arrow, because these are actually pretty cheap. I paid $60 for 60 of these arrows at Bass Pro Shops. 340 grain. I'll get to the arrow more in a second. I'm talking about a Nock from Nocturnal, the size. I went ahead and went with this Blackout, you know, release. It's actually very nice. Went ahead and went with this. Everybody says to go with the buckle instead of Velcro. Louder, and you're more consistent with this. It's louder to pull the Velcro off whenever you have to, if you have to readjust it, and it's also more consistent with this as opposed to Velcro, because, you know, tighten, loosen. I don't know, if you're I like to be very critical whenever it comes to my anchor point, so this actually helps a lot with the buckle. Blackout, this was like 55, 60 bucks at Bass Pro Shops as well. And so about this arrow, 340 grain arrow, X1 Pro Blackout, $60 for 6 of them. And then it also, the inner diameter is 0.246 and the outer diameter is 0.30, okay? So that's the, those are the measurements for this 340 grain Blackout. The 400 grain is 0.246 inner diameter as well. And that leads to getting the, what is it? By all means, I don't promote a lot of things. I'm just kind of going with the flow and what a lot of these people are doing. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Nocturnal GT. Okay. I don't know. I heard something about gold tip making blackout. Please don't take this part for verbatim because I'm not sure. But I had been doing some research and it said something about blackout being made by gold tip or something like that. Again, a lower on the totem pole, if you will, of the arrow, quality, I guess, and price. So exactly, I'm a budget hunter, and given that technology is really becomes obsolete very quickly, I think this arrow is pretty decent and it flies very true whenever I've been target practicing with these 100 grain field tips. And that's what they say a lot about this right here. So I'm gonna get the Nocturnal Nocturnal GTs. I'm sorry, 0.246 in diameter, made by this one fits. That is said to fit a lot of gold tips. So maybe this blackout is made by. I don't like to spread bad information or make rumors or anything like that, but I think that is why it is going with the Nocturnal GT, because the blackout is made by gold tip, GT being the acronym for that. Anyway, so that's my gear. I hope to be harvesting a deer this season. Not necessarily a buck. A doe would be fine, just to have some back straps. They're delicious. So let me go ahead and put this guy back on here and put that there. I'm gonna go ahead and open these. This is the main reason for this video. It's the Bloodsport Gravediggers Hybrid 100 grain broadhead. So let's do it. Let's open this. Pause it. All right, so I went ahead and opened it. This is actually pretty cool. It came behind, these broadheads were in here, doom. And so behind here, it's pretty sweet. It has the little Allen wrench key for the center. Well, evidently these things have a little bolt, a little Allen wrench bolt that you can adjust, and you can keep it tight. You can tighten down these mechanical blades to where they won't deploy, and you can use them as practice. So I don't know. I've never done that. I don't think I'm gonna put them through my target because it's probably gonna rip it up, and it'd be a pretty painstaking to get them back out in one piece without damaging them. So this is actually that anyway, part right that's here. The Allen wrench key that you would tighten down so that the blades wouldn't deploy. It's actually a pretty nice broadhead. It's actually pretty big, sharp. I'm pretty sure going at 70 feet per second, I'm pretty sure that's gonna do some damage. So this is what it looks like together. This is what it looks like as it deploys. I was trying to make it like pretty cool where they would look as they were coming out. But anyway, yeah, that's what it does. It is what it is. So that is my review on these so far. I'll let you know what it does whenever I'm out in the field. I'm trying to get in. I'm not getting into this YouTube thing. Like, I don't want to. I was looking at a video earlier talking about channels and how there's this guy named what is his name? New Sensei. He does archery. I'll put his information in the description or whatever, and he was talking about how YouTube channels fail and this and that, and then I was talking to my confirmation kids about this, about internet safety and stuff like that, privacy, and how once something you put up anything on the internet, anybody can see it. And I kind of felt the magnitude of the situation, or like I actually felt the gravity of what it is to actually have your video up on YouTube. Your face is out there. So this guy New Sensei was discussing about how YouTube channels like kind of fail and how they're so it's such a commitment to be able to have review, like a community of people who follow you and this and that. I'm not looking for anything like that. I'm looking for I would be the guy. I have what you need, not what you need to stay or something like that. how does it go? It's something, it's weird, but anyway. Yeah, I'm just coming at you with these random reviews just so I can help the other guy out that, you know, I was at one point in time. So this is I think that's all I have. Oh, let me compare it. Let me compare it to the Rage Broadhead real quick. Yeah, so in comparison, you know, yeah, that one, they're almost the same. I mean, let's see. All right, I'm touching. I'm like right on the blade. Yeah, they're almost the same. The Rage is a little wider. Another but, you know, cool thing about these Broadheads is that they don't have O-rings. Rage, they do. This one's missing it. I mean, because this is the one that I shot my deer with last year. So I don't know what happened to it, but anyway, this one doesn't have any O-rings, so that's another plus here. All right, all right, guys. So as I was saying, I was watching a review and they were comparing, you know, mechanicals with fixed broadheads, and you know, I'm pretty sure that's been done a lot. It was done on a tire. And the fixed broadheads penetrated a lot more than the Rage broadheads. It seemed as though the fixed blade, it helps a lot in getting through the actual skin, and once it's through there, these guys, you know, they'll pull through as well. But I don't know. Maybe I may be wrong about this, but that's just my opinion. I think they were using chisel tips as well, so I mean that could have also been the factor. But anyway, this goes up here. So yeah, those. Let me see. Yeah, they're actually pretty beefy. So yeah, once these guys get there, you know, I would recommend. It seems like they are pretty beefy as far as like connecting them. Like how much. Let's see how much force is needed. Okay, so this is closed. Okay, so this is how much. Let's see how much. Okay, I think it'll open up. I think you'll be fine. Anyway, yeah, now, hope you enjoyed my review, man. If you have any questions, I'm gonna put up another video. Chances are. Now I'm doing hunting. Usually I do fishing. Now I'm doing hunting right now because this is the time of the year and I'm just getting into it. So PSC Stinger X with X1 Pro blackout 340 grain arrow. Gonna get the Nocturnals GTs blackout buckle release with the 100 grain Gravedigger hybrid broadhead. I'll let you know how it goes, man.